Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the sands of time, back to the ancient Nile Valley, to uncover a story etched not in stone, but on human skin. We're talking about the incredible world of Nubian tattoos, and some brand new discoveries that are completely changing what we thought we knew. For a long time, historians and archaeologists believed tattooing in ancient cultures was mostly reserved for adults, a rite of passage into maturity or a mark of social status. But a groundbreaking study from Sudan is turning that idea on its head. Archaeologists have been examining the remains of individuals from a site called Deir el-Bakit, a Christian community that thrived around 1,400 years ago. What they found is nothing short of astonishing. The real game-changer here is the technology. For the first time ever on these specific remains, scientists used something called multispectral imaging. Think of it like a super-powered camera that can see things invisible to the naked eye. Normal light just shows us the surface, but this advanced imaging can detect hidden details beneath the skin, revealing ancient ink that has faded over centuries. And what did this high-tech analysis reveal? Tattoos, lots of them. But the most startling discovery was on whom they found these tattoos. They weren't just on men and women. They were on children, and not just teenagers, but toddlers and even infants. Imagine that. Tiny, intricate marks placed on the skin of the youngest members of the community. This is a massive revelation. It tells us that tattooing wasn't just a later-in-life decision. It was something deeply embedded in their culture from the very moment of birth. So the big question is, why? Why would they tattoo a baby? The researchers believe these marks were far more than just decoration. They were powerful symbols of faith, protection, and identity. Let's break that down. First, let's talk about faith. This period, around the 7th century, was a time of huge religious change in Nubia. Christianity was spreading rapidly, and these tattoos seemed to be a direct reflection of that. One of the most common motifs found was the Christogram, a monogram made from the first two letters of Christ's name in Greek, Chi and Rho. It looks like an X with a P through the middle. Finding this symbol tattooed on individuals, especially children, suggests it was a permanent declaration of their Christian faith, a way to carry their devotion with them always. It's like a baptism, but etched in ink. This mark would have identified them as part of the Christian community, a powerful statement in a world of shifting beliefs. Then there's the idea of protection. In a time without modern medicine, life was fragile, especially for infants and children. Ancient cultures all over the world used amulets and charms to ward off evil spirits, sickness, and bad luck. The researchers suggest these tattoos served a similar purpose. They were seen as a form of permanent magical protection. By marking a child with a sacred symbol like the Christogram, parents might have believed they were placing them under divine protection, safeguarding them from the many dangers of the ancient world. It was a parent's love and hope made visible, a permanent prayer for their child's well-being. And finally, identity. These tattoos were a way of belonging. Just like a family name or a national flag today, these marks would have instantly signaled who you were and where you came from. They connected individuals to their family, their community, and their shared beliefs. For a toddler, a tattoo given so early would have meant that their identity as a member of this specific Nubian Christian group was established from their first years of life. It was a fundamental part of who they were, inseparable from their very being. The placement of these tattoos is also incredibly significant. Many were found on the face, particularly the forehead. In many cultures, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body, the seat of the soul or consciousness. Placing a protective and religious symbol in such a prominent and important location amplifies its power. It's a bold, public declaration that couldn't be hidden. What's also fascinating is how this discovery connects the dots of a much larger story. We've known about tattooing practices in ancient Egypt for a while, but this Nubian evidence is unique. It shows how these traditions evolved and adapted as new religions like Christianity took hold. The practice of body marking wasn't abandoned, it was transformed. The old ways were given new meaning, blending ancient traditions with new faith. This find provides a rare and intimate glimpse into the daily lives, personal beliefs, and deepest anxieties of these ancient people. It's not about kings and pharaohs. It's about ordinary families and how they navigated their world. This research really highlights how much is still out there waiting to be discovered. Without the use of multispectral imaging, these tiny, faded tattoos on the skin of toddlers might have been lost to history forever. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the biggest stories are hidden in the smallest details. We're getting a window into the personal, emotional world of people who lived over 1,000 years ago, seeing how they expressed their love, their faith, and their hopes for their children. So, what started as a look at ancient remains has become a deeply human story. A story of parents in the Nile Valley, 1,400 years ago, choosing to mark their children with symbols of faith and protection, creating a permanent bond of identity that they would carry for the rest of their lives. It's a beautiful and poignant insight into the past. What do you think about this discovery? Does it change how you think about ancient cultures or the practice of tattooing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's truly amazing what science can help us uncover about our shared human history. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the crossroads of history and science. We'll see you in the next one.